Jacob, still recovering from your massive hangover, I see.
Dude, I pre and post gamed for the new year pretty hard, Pete. All Pedialyte and Tylenol and Dayquil up.
How much you remember?
I don't remember much. Like, it's a 4-day blur.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
No offspring or anything that you're aware of, though.
I don't know. I don't know what happened when I was gone.
Wow. What's that like, now that I think about it, before I just move on past that? What's it like to not know if maybe there's going to be offspring?
I don't know. It's fine. I'm not more nervous than I was before. This is the first time I've like pretty much ever had the flu.
Oh, so now we're switching gears? We're going to drop the facade of you being wasted for New Year's Eve?
Yeah, everyone knows I'm a hardcore alcoholic, Pete.
Well, now I'm just getting mixed messages.
Yep.
Great. But
so yeah, sorry about that last week, everybody. I was very, very dead to the world, and there's like this sick flu going around the Midwest, and that I succumbed. I could barely speak for like 3 or 4 days.
I'm not sorry. I need you guys to know how precious this is, and at any moment, it could just be gone.
If only we could have recorded Monday night, the only night that I was functioning.
That was on me. My real job got in the way. You know what it's like to have a real job now, too.
But my dying got in the way Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so I can't throw shade.
You could. But we have a topic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you, sir, talk about potentially hanging with people who may or may not know or be affiliated with perhaps a criminal organization overseas.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yes. Now, I assume that you've done some just underground gangsta stuff then, right?
I've been to some weird stuff, yeah. Some very weird stuff.
But like underground, though. Super secret?
Completely underground.
Literally or figuratively?
Both.
What?
Yeah, of course.
Well, let's...
Like 50% of everything in Japan is underground anyway.
I just thought that was transit. But genuinely, there's stuff that's just underground because that's how they do?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of space. So, like, sometimes there's just a stairwell, and then you go downstairs, and you're underground.
Why don't they build up?
They do.
Up and down.
So you might go down 2 floors. You might go up 7 floors.
Do they have
But
elevators?
the best stuff is underground. No, not really. You pretty much just have to take the stairs. It's not a handicap-friendly nation. Even though they do revere the elderly people.
As long as their legs work?
Yeah, like, they're in pretty good shape. You won't see too many 85-year-olds over there not walking up 3 flights of stairs.
Well, yeah, because they'll die. Apparently, that's where the cool stuff is. Or
Yeah,
wait,
the
it's
hospitals are always on the 3rd floor.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I know where the hospital there.
Well, give me for instance, man. Tell me about that underground gangsta stuff.
Yeah, I would say the most hardcore thing I ever did was I went to this secret, maybe legal, underground health food spot.
Is that code? By health food, you mean?
I mean, like, organic, vegan, non-GMO
like
type
marijuana,
cereal,
opiate,
and protein bars.
Why is that a thing? Why does anyone want that?
Well, who doesn't want that? Are you saying you don't care about the environment?
A little bit. I mean, when it comes to cereal, what do I care?
Very crass and American of you, Pete. So let's just say in Japan, it's hard sometimes to get your typical American or European organic non-GMO foods.
So you can't get a box of Lucky Charms?
No.
Why the hell can't you get a box of Lucky Charms?
You probably can, but let's be honest, that's not like a health food, right? So sometimes health food's a little hard to come by over there, except for the fact that their food is just healthier than normal and won't kill you as much. But if you want like organic, non-GMO, potentially vegan health food, you need to know people.
What about like nut allergies and stuff?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Do those people just die?
Well, you just don't go shop there. You just eat meat. You eat sushi.
Ah, sushi. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, for real though, one time I did get invited to this underground health food market, and there was like a secret map, and it was like through like a Facebook group, and you had to have a code to get in. So like I went to Shibuya, which is the part of town that has the world's busiest intersection and crosswalk. You've probably seen videos of it. Everyone has like 1,000 people trying to cross, or 10,000 people trying to cross. Well, we had to go to Shibuya, and then we had to walk like 7 or 8 blocks and wind around down these like little alleys and streets. And then we had to like knock 3 times and then tell them who sent us. And then I got a bunch of organic, non-GMO, vegan cereal.
Now, did you just have to hide this stuff under your clothing, or did they give you a shopping bag? Like, how discreet was all this?
So you had to have bags, yes. However, there was like so much stuff I was supposed to get, and then the person I was with, there was so much stuff she was supposed to get, and the real reason we were there was for her roommate anyway, who's vegan and non-GMO. I'm not, I don't care. And the problem was there's only so many arms, Pete. So if you're shopping for like 6 people worth of food, and there's like 3 of you, there's 2 of you, that's not gonna.
The roommate just had too many felonies? Can't go and buy cereal?
She had like some legitimate job. I didn't. I was a professional wrestler.
She couldn't jeopardize her job.
Yeah, she couldn't get caught here. If I got caught here, it makes sense. Like, I'm a thug.
Of course this American wants his Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, they're
obviously.
like, look at this bodybuilding professional wrestler who doesn't give a damn about the law. And that really just helps my street cred.
Like that time Stitches got busted at Whole Foods.
Yeah, exactly. Being gangster.
He did have an AK in his
He
car.
had no less cocaine in his trunk. Cocaine's vegan.
You think it's now when it's grown?
I know.
You think it's ethically grown, fair trade, all that,
Non-GMO? Yeah, probably not fertilized.
right?
Yeah, no DDT on it.
It's probably free range. I mean, man, it's all the buzzwords.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I did that. That was pretty sweet.
Not cocaine, cereal.
Oh yeah, I haven't done cocaine. Yeah, in Japan, no, there's no cocaine. They really don't like that in Japan.
Cocaine's a party drug most places.
There's like no drugs there.
None at all.
Marijuana is a serious felony in Japan. If you get caught trying to smoke weed, they will deport you.
But if I'm stereotyping you being slightly culturally insensitive, don't they do things like grind up tiger penis and make bombs and stuff like that?
Tiger penis is natural, vegan, and non-GMO.
Tigers are endangered.
But they're organic. You know, they're organic creatures, yeah.
So that's the distinction.
Yeah, it's 100% tiger penis. Like, it's not 70% tiger penis, 30% baking soda.
But you probably don't have to go underground either. You can probably just go to the CVS and get some tiger penis.
I don't know where to find it, but I mean, there's probably pharmacies. There's pharmacies everywhere.
You should have gotten a prescription. Yeah, this guy needs tiger dick. He's a little under the weather.
Ooh, yeah, I should just went to a doctor and been like, erectile dysfunction.
Yusa.
Oh, why is that one thing I don't know how to say in Japanese? That's like the only thing I don't know how to say in Japanese.
Erectile dysfunction?
Yeah, I know how to say like booty call and you're very beautiful. Will you be my girlfriend? But like in a sexual way.
Really?
Yeah.
They find commitment sexy?
I mean, technically, yeah, they do. But I didn't learn how to express commitment.
Well, there's always next time, I suppose, for tiger penis and commitment.
There was that thing. On a very similar note, I also went to all-you-could-eat vegan buffets at the Pink Cow in Roppongi.
Which part of this is illegal? Like the vegan thing, the buffet thing? Like they don't believe in eating in excess?
So, well, no, there was excess here. There was excess at this vegan buffet at the Pink Cow. The Pink Cow is just this really awesome restaurant in Roppongi. Roppongi, which is the party part of town. If you're going to do cocaine, you would do it in Roppongi.
Do they have a hostel there?
There's probably a lot of hostels in Roppongi. There's probably all sorts of weird stuff going on in Roppongi. But it's known for is the party part of town. But it also hosts the Pink Cow, which is a sometimes vegan bar. And they do vegan buffets, all you can eat.
What is that in Japanese? What is Pink Cow in Japanese?
Pink Cow.
So that's what they talk about. Like, is it a name in Japanese? Like they named it after that, or they try and Americanize it?
Yeah, it's in English, the Pink Cow, and there's a picture of a really cute little pink cow.
Great. So people go to a Pink Cow for non-meat.
Yes.
And this makes sense.
And a party.
Well, the party I'm willing to, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't party with a Pink Cow?
Yep. But imagine just going to Golden Corral where there's that many options, but every single one is vegan, and a lot of them even look like meat. Like there are tacos, there is lasagna, and it tastes just like regular lasagna with like ground beef, but it's not. It's vegan, bro.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like vegan means the same thing here as it does there?
It does. Well, this was mostly non-Japanese people.
Non-Japanese is in...
Non-Japanese people? There's a lot of whites from different places.
Well, I get it, but...
I met a Chinese person there.
Were they welcomed?
Yeah, this was like, I don't know, probably ran by white people.
Well, I know the J's and the C's and the K's.
They don't get along, but I remember her name, Mei Ling. She was sweet. She was real cool. We made friends.
Did she enjoy the lasagna?
Yeah, probably. I went with a lot of pretentious French people, but like there were also other Americans there and like Canadians there. They were Japanese too and whatever.
So whose recommendation was this?
This was an SO's coworker. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Who is vegan? I obviously am not vegan. I actually don't care. I eat a lot of meat in Japan. But yeah, this was just a recommendation of someone else.
So underground produce.
Yep.
And a purple cow, pink cow.
Mm-hmm.
Vegan spot.
Yep. Do we need to talk about more food things, Pete?
I mean, you're just really on a roll.
Sweet. So let's go non-vegan now. Another really cool thing I did was when I went to a place called Mr. Danger's Steakhouse.
Again, this is one of those Americanized things?
No, Mr. Danger is Japanese. Matsunaba is his name.
And what does Mr. Danger do that makes him dangerous?
Mr. Danger was a famous deathmatch wrestler for many, many years. So he cut himself up and bled all over the place, potentially contracted whatever. Now he makes nearly raw steaks for your enjoyment.
He makes them?
Yeah, by hand. He makes every one. I saw him make it.
Does he wear gloves?
Probably.
I mean, ideally, if he's contracted stuff and then he's handling raw meat that goes in
I don't know
mouth.
if he actually has contracted stuff. I'm just saying he did a lot of violent things through the years. So
he may or may not have syphilis.
Yeah, I made friends with this dude named Casa, who is a sponsor for the American wrestlers that come over to Japan. And Casa was like, hey, we should go to Mr. Danger Steakhouse. By the way, do you mind if Speedball and famous dick wrestler Joey Ryan go with us?
So some guy named Your House wants you to go with Speedball.
Yes.
Bro, is anyone just normal?
Your Casa, my Casa. Casa is the man.
That's what I mean. Roughly translated, Your House.
Yeah, Your House.
Mm-hmm. Speedball, probably not American, is he?
No, Speedball was French Canadian.
Yeah, that's not American.
Yep.
And then the other guy?
And Speedball, not high at all. Just very fast.
That's not what Speedball means.
In this context, that's what Speedball means.
Does he know that's not really what Speedball means?
I think Speedball probably has a good idea what Speedball really means.
Great. And who's the other guy?
But let's go with it. Famous dick wrestler Joey Ryan.
And that is what?
Yes. So Joey Ryan is this awesome professional wrestler who's been great for like 15 years. However, he never got like super famous until a year or two ago. A very viral clip of him hit online. It was on everything, like major news channels. It was on The Soup, I think. It was on Tosh.0 of a dude went to grab Joey Ryan's junk. Then Joey Ryan essentially controlled that dude's hand and whole body with his own junk, and he flipped him with his penis.
Is there a wrestling name for grabbing dick or being flipped by dick?
Well, they just call this the dick flip. But yeah, so Joey Ryan was great. Should have made $1 million years ago. Never got the opportunity. And then he flipped one dude with his penis and it went viral. And now he's like bought his house and everything with his dick flipping money.
How's this not a thing that Val Venus did?
I guess he just never occurred to him. Maybe Val Venus wasn't very creative. He was just a balls.
He was not a dick flip.
He was just a C and B. Yeah, he wasn't a forward thinker, a progressive thinker, unlike famous dick wrestler Joey Ryan, who's a great guy.
So Speedball, Joe, Senor Danger himself.
Yep.
And meat.
Meat, yeah. I got more meat.
Well, but what kind of place is this? Are they like Wagyu or is it just like Logan Steakhouse?
Oh, so, well, it's so hard. You can't really compare something like this to a Logan Steakhouse. This place, though, would be the equivalent of, say, like a Logan's, except for the fact that it's a one-off. Like if someone famous, name a famous person. Antonio Davis.
I was going to say Chris Jericho.
Antonio Davis has a steakhouse, okay? And it's in downtown Indy. And since you're a professional basketball player on tour from Turkey, you're taking me there. And I'm like, oh, hey, this is an Antonio Davis steak.
You think if Antonio Davis was going to make a steak, he'd have the cow touch his balls and he'd flip it and kill it?
That would be hilarious. Who wouldn't pay to see that? You go out back, pick the cow. Antonio Davis puts his
member near the cow.
Yeah, like he whips out his thing and then flips the cow. Yeah, that sounds great.
I'm going to need to look this up after we're done recording.
The video?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of videos of it now. A lot of people in my business hate Joey Ryan because of this. I love Joey Ryan because I think he's a good guy, like a good guy. He's really funny. And hey, he should have made $1 million without using his penis for this. But hey, it worked out this way.
Wow. And what'd you get there, though?
Oh, a steak. Yeah, Mr. Danger steak, which are pretty much the best steak in steakhouses you can get in Japan.
What makes them special?
Man, it's cooked with love and raw blood of one of the famous deathmatch wrestlers of all time.
Cooked with love and syphilis.
Yeah. Now, there is another famous Japanese steakhouse, Ribera. That's a story for another day. But a lot of the wrestlers, the foreign wrestlers, go to Ribera Steakhouse to have the steak. Also, they want to try and get these famous jackets that some guys get awarded. But Tsukasa told me, hey, Mr. Danger Steak, actually better steak than Ribera.
But no jacket.
There's no jacket. Although my friend Josh got to go there, and he told Mr. Danger how huge of a fan he was, and Mr. Danger gave him his jacket off his back, like a customized Mr. Danger jacket.
How does that work? Why does eating steak equal receiving jacket?
It just does. It makes sense. It's Japan. I also there was another really awesome steakhouse that Tsukasa took me to once called Billy the Kid, named after the Wild West person Billy the Kid. That was great too.
I'm glad it was named after him and not Billy Crystal.
Yeah. And then you get the steak and then a little bowl of corn. That's just the normal side. And some rice if you want rice.
Because that's American and cowboy-esque?
Oh, no, this is just a thing at steakhouses. You get a steak and then a little tiny bowl of corn.
Do you cleanse your palate with corn in between?
I don't know why, but it's nice to have corn. Like, who doesn't love corn? We're from Indiana. Corn's great.
I mean, I'm not anti-corn. Don't get me wrong. That just seems odd.
It does. Yeah, it's odd to me too.
It's not a starch. Like, what are we doing?
There's a weird thing at Ribera they want you to put on your steak too. I don't know what it is. Imagine if mashed potatoes were like a gray color, like a gray and kind of black. You're supposed to like put that on your steak. But I don't know what it is. I don't really particularly like the taste.
So it's not like a jacked up wasabi or something.
No. But let's just say the same vein. Yeah.
Ooh. Apropos to nothing other than I just said wasabi. Do they wasabi hard there?
They wasabi, bro. They really wasabi. I don't like wasabi though, so I avoid it at all costs.
Is there a wimpy version of wasabi, or is it just if you're in, you're just going?
If you're in, you're in. There's also another type of mustard that's like a wasabi mustard, which is a lot more powerful. I had to try it once because, and people were like, you try. And I was like, oh, no, I don't want to try this. I know it's got to be awful. And I tried it, and my mouth burned for like 40 minutes.
Do you think it would help with your illness? Clear out your sinuses?
It would clear out my sinuses. I do have some wasabi and soy sauce almonds that I've been eating to try and clear out my sinuses a little bit.
Well, and just get a little tiger penis in there. You'll be fine.
Yeah, sure. If I can just find that at any pharmacy that preferably no ex-girlfriends work at, just let me know. Yeah. And then other sweet establishments I went for food. I need to tell you about Acapulco, the Lucha Libre inspired restaurant in Hiroshima, Japan.
Like, we know that makes no sense, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it makes no sense, but it's a thing. So at the end of 2017, I got to wrestle in Hiroshima, Japan, which was fantastic, by the way. And then after we all checked in our hotel, which, by the way, the room we're in right now is a little bigger than my hotel room was at the Parkside Hotel, room 701, which is pretty sweet. You also get like your own bathrobe / kimono per room. So that's a real thing.
Did you just ball around in a kimono?
So I wore, you bet I wore that all night. I wish I could have kept it. I probably would have. They probably wouldn't have cared. But after wrestling that night, so it's like 10 p.m., I go ahead and I take the stairs all the way down to the floor afterward from floor 7 because it takes like 30 minutes for the elevator to get to you. And it's really small, and there were like 40 of us. So I walk downstairs. Right as I go outside, I see my buddy Nosawa smoking a cigarette. And Nosawa comes up to me. He's like, are you hungry? I'm like, yes, I look for food. He's like, do you like tacos?
That's a stupid question. First, name one person who doesn't like tacos.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's more of a Japanese thing.
If you're a person who doesn't like tacos, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I don't trust you. So I look at Nosawa and I say, obviously, Nosawa-san, I love tacos. He's like, okay, 1 second. He finishes his cigarette. He's like, we get taxi. He's like, Lucha Libre taco shop, very close. I'm like, oh, really? He's like, yes. So we go to a Lucha Libre taco shop in Hiroshima, Japan, called Acapulco.
Were there Libres of Lucha there?
There were masks and like Lucha Libre stuff all over the walls. Apparently, it's owned by a Japanese professional wrestler who spent a lot of time in Mexico, and he moved back to Hiroshima, opened this place.
So not even an authentic Mexican.
Oh, it's authentic, bro. They proceeded to bring us tray after tray of gourmet tacos. And like, imagine a regular plate, and then it comes out with these 3 baby tacos that are perfectly structured like a little tiny taco volcano with like all the toppings and like a little bit of like guac, and they look like works of art, and there's 3 little ones per plate. So every time they bring us a plate, we each get one. And then they order us up another plate. Dude, it had to be expensive.
How many plates you figure you go through?
10, 12. And then at one point, another wrestler, Masada, comes in with like 3 bags of groceries in his hands, and he just walks straight behind the grill and just starts cooking food. And he cooked food for us, and then he cooked food for the owners too. And then we just ate a bunch of that food.
See, now that's some more mafia stuff. Some guy just shows up, nobody says a word, and he goes to the kitchen and does his thing.
Yeah.
He's killed somebody.
And I was like, I just looked like it was weird. And they're like, Masada-san, chef. Yes, very good chef. I was like, oh, okay. But if you were to see Masada and Nosawa, they're just 2 dudes you wouldn't mess with. I'm not going to say why or why not, but let's just live in reality here. Just, you wouldn't mess with them.
Because they're proficient in the kitchen.
Yeah, a lot of experience with knives. A lot of face and hand tattoos here.
I see.
But yeah, so that's underground gourmet tacos in Hiroshima with me, man.
Where do you think he got his produce?
Where?
Do you think he went to that underground joint? The invite only?
I wonder if there's an underground food market in Hiroshima. He probably just went to one of the normal markets, Bo. Yeah, the normal markets in Japan are great. I love them. They're dirty, and like you just rush in, grab your stuff. It's really hectic, and then you leave.
Is that why the Japanese people eat from vending machines or 7-Elevens?
Vending machines and 7-Elevens are super clean, but any regular grocery store in Japan, you would call dirty. Like everyone would look in and call dirty, but there's so much food coming in and going out every single day that it pretty much stays that way. It just stays kind of dirty. And like hundreds of people are coming in every like 10 minutes to grab all their stuff. Dude, I don't know how they keep stocked.
Is everything crowded?
Yeah, everything in Japan's crowded.
How do you deal with that?
I don't know, because people are in general respectful. So it's usually not like you feel super claustrophobic unless you're on a train at rush hour and they're like pushing you in just to close the door. Like that's a thing that happens. That sucks. I don't like that. Some of the countryside towns are not as nuts. Like Hiroshima isn't as nuts. And like we were in Yonago and that wasn't as nuts. And like even Osaka isn't as bad. But yeah, like if you're talking about Tokyo is always crazy all the time. I actually really miss it though. I just got so used to it.
Why don't you go there and open up a Mexican restaurant?
They'd probably do very well.
You can have old, what's his face in the kitchen and
Masada.
Your house swinging by. And
Casa. Yeah. There's a few other sponsors I would invite by all the time, like Hiroshi. I'll talk about Hiroshi at some other point. But yeah, sponsors. Those are stories from the other day. But that was some of the cool underground stuff I did, man, that gives me street cred, right?
Yes, absolutely. You should put that on a resume.
Yeah, and then also, did I talk about singing Sinatra with Sanada?
It was alluded to, and I think in the Red Hot Chili Pepper episode.
Okay, so Wrestle Kingdom was a few days ago. That's the biggest wrestling show of the year. It's the biggest New Japan show of the year. And on that, there was this really awesome match between these 2 dudes, Zack Sabre Jr. and Sanada. Just so happens, Sanada is my boy, and we sang like 6 hours of Frank Sinatra one night because I was American. Maybe he's racist. I don't know.
So is it racist if it's right? I mean, because we pretty much all know some Sinatra.
Yeah, so I didn't know hardly any Sinatra, but like it's really easy to karaoke with because it's very slow. The Japanese are great at it.
But you've heard it, and you can read.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I walk into this bar with a few friends of mine. Oh, actually, one of them is Nosawa also. And there's Sanada all like, hey, you, me, New York, now. So we sing New York, and then we sing every other Sinatra song on their loop, and then probably some Michael Jackson, because Japanese people really love to karaoke Michael Jackson. They worship him.
That one's much harder.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. And then over the course like the next 4 hours, I saw Sanada down like 6 tall bottles of alcohol and act like nothing was wrong. until we went to leave, and then all of a sudden he was unconscious under the table. And then we just left him.
You just left him?
Yeah. And like the owner of the bar came over and like collected the bill or whatever, and she looked under the table and saw Sanada and like smiled at us and was like, "Oh, have a great night." And I was like, "Oh, I guess this is normal. Is he just going to wake up here in the morning and leave?"
What do? Just leave him a little bucket in case he has to vomit and just...
He seemed very sober until he was unconscious. He was very sober. I legit saw him down 6 bottles, mostly whiskey.
I think that is a thing that you can accomplish. If you get real drunk, not just work your way up to drunk, but it's like just lights out. I'm going to go bottle after bottle as quick as I can. I think your body can just shut off.
Hey, you might have. And they were drinking before I got there. I think they went out like 2 hours before I got there. So he might have had even more. But yeah, respect. He's also one of the best professionals in the entire world. Oh, speaking to dudes who killed it at Wrestle Kingdom this weekend, I got to go back to Roppongi now and talk about my buddies Roppongi 3K, Show and Yo. I went out with those guys one night in Roppongi, and we karaoke'd that bitch up. Lots of Backstreet Boys with my dudes Show and Yo. And then a whole group of all these female wrestlers, who I'm not going to say the name because we're not supposed to associate with them. But they're all really awesome, and a few of them are signed to WWE now. And so I karaoke all night with my boys Show and Yo in Roppongi. Those dudes go crazy.
And these guys are who? They're
a tag team that's pretty famous now in Japan, but they had just gotten back from foreign excursion, and they were just becoming big stars. So at the time, they weren't quite famous yet.
Is it like a Hardy Boys equivalent? They only wrestle tag, and that's how they're known?
Yep.
Or Dudley, or whomever it is.
Yeah, and that's the Roppongi 3K is the name of their team, Show and Yo. I really wish I had the picture of Show and Yo and I from that night. It was great. I should still message him and be like, "Hey man, remember that picture like 2 years ago? Randomly, probably still on your phone, right?"
Why would it
not that you have done cooler stuff since then?
You don't know. Maybe he hasn't. Maybe that was the pinnacle.
They had a really good match at Wrestle Kingdom in front of like 70,000 people.
Better than singing karaoke with you?
I mean, perspective. Yeah, so there was some underground stuff I did, Pete. I'm pretty gangster.
That is 100% not what I thought we were going to talk about.
Yeah. I wonder if anyone found that entertaining.
I wonder when you'll stop being such a lame individual and like stab someone in a back alley and be like, "Yeah, I can't talk about it."
Those are stories for another day. Yeah. If you don't think that I have some stories, some really hardcore stories with some of these same people that I just talked about, you'd be mistaken, but I'm not putting that online.
No one can tell, but just nod your head if he knifed a guy in an alley. I'm not going to say that he didn't nod. Yes. Just throwing that out there. This is breaking the fourth wall to our listeners.
Sure. I'm not, yeah. I have some friends that have done some stuff.
Your house?
You can probably actually Google some of the people I mentioned in this episode and find some stuff that they've done. I'm not going to tell you which ones to do that to, but go ahead and Google Nasawa.
I'm not going to name names.
Yeah. All right, sweet. So follow us at Off the Cliff Pod. I promise we'll have an episode next week, as long as this flu death doesn't come back. Pete is at Multimedia Hustle. I am at Jacob in 2012, and we will catch you next week.